communication, being able to communicate effectively is perhaps the most important things of all life skills. It is what enables us to pass information or ideas to other people and to understand what it said to us. There are various types and ways of communication for us to communicate with other people. Hi and Assalamualaikum, my name is AMYRA and my partner FAKHIRAH. We are from DPM4. So today we will talk about understanding different types of business communication, which is verbal and non-verbal communication. Do you guys know what is verbal communication is? The word verbal means connected with words and use of words. Any communication using words is verbal communication. Verbal communication is defined as communication that includes the exchange of information and ideas through spoken words, written message, and electronic message. Individuals working in business need to use verbal communication effectively, that use words that are easy to understand, as well as ensure that the pronunciation, stress, and tone of voice used to express words are appropriate. Types of verbal communication. There are three types of verbal communication. The first one is oral communication, the process of expressing information or ideas in words using mouth. For example, like you make a phone calls, you talk people through a phone, a meeting where you gather everyone to discuss something, or when you meet people face to face. Next is written communication. Any type of message made using the writing words is written communication. For example, like when you write a memo to give people a notice to warn people, and business letter. Lastly is electronic communication. It is based on electronic information exchanges like social media. When you post a picture or texting someone using Instagram and Facebook application, or when you buy something online using mobile business application like Shopee and Lazada, and blogs where people write their story or experience on the internet so other people can read about the story. You are not good at verbal communication? Don't worry. Here are some tips to improve your verbal communication. So the first tip is reading. Reading helps an individual to learn more words and in turn improve your vocabulary. When an individual reads more, he or she then knows the correct way to communicate in a particular language. Next is listening. Listening can also make your verbal communication way better than before. This is so because when you listen properly, you understand things correctly. So try to make eye contact with others and listen more than talk. Lastly, prepare yourself for every possible situation before any formal verbal communication. For example, like presentation. Make sure that you have prepared yourself for every question that may get asked by the top management or anyone else that want to ask you. So to make your verbal communication effective, you should know what you have to say in a particular situation. Prepare every possible answer to avoid problems at the last moment. Next, I will pass to my partner FAKHIRAH to talk about non-verbal communication. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, AMYRA. My name is FAKHIRAH binti NOSRAN, matrix number 25DPM20F1008. Do action really speak louder than words? If you say that actions speak louder than words, you mean that people's actions show their real attitudes rather than what they say. Nonverbal is everything that communicates but is not a word. Scientific analysis has shown that body movement and gesture constitute 55% of effective communication. So, we can conclude that form of communication that occurs without using words is understood as nonverbal communication. There are two types of nonverbal communication that I will share today. The first is facial expression. Consider how much information like a smile or frown can convey. Even though we only have one face, it can exhibit a wealth of expression. The eyes themselves communicate a lot. For example, since visual contact is an invitation to speak, a speaker who does not want to be disturbed can avoid looking directly at the crowd until it is time to ask a question or get a reaction. The second is gesture and posture. Common gesture include waving, pointing, showing numerical number using the finger is the example of gesture and posture. For example, if someone resting their hands on the table with a relaxed and open posture, they are conveying a message of openness and willingness. What if someone is feeding with their pen or coffee mug and not looking directly at the speaker? This could be a sign they are bored with the subject, or it might have nothing to do with the speaker at all. The importance of nonverbal communication is that it produces a better understanding of an individual or group. Sometimes, a person shows high self-confidence while speaking orally, and it becomes impossible to determine any bad things from his words. It is during this time that nonverbal communication proves good luck and help the listener to understand better. In conclusion, excellent verbal and nonverbal communication is one of the most important factors for maintaining a successful business relationship. It helps in increasing productivity, reducing errors, and making operations more smooth and efficient. That's all from us. Thank you for listening.